say because they were scared that they would not be allowed back. But even after that,
I think you're making like a universal proclamation on such a large group of people.
What you just said is problematic, and can I give you an example why?
Just 1 second, hang on.
Okay.
Just over the 1940s.
I don't argue, I don't yell, I talk, so.
1812, yeah, 1812, they was very helpful. Some of the wars, they might not have been as helpful, but yeah, you know, they gave us a bunch of their territory.
Louisiana.
They could get.
So did Louisiana purchase as well? So.
Well, yeah, but the others too. Like, so the whole middle of the country used to be the French territory. Like the very first, after they found Newfoundland, or like the parts of what is Acadiana now, in Canada, they had the whole middle of the country basically in the 17th century. And so Louisiana Purchase was last, but they had so St. Louis was a part of their territory. That's why it's named St. Louis. So, yeah. The whole bunch. I can tell you, y'all can probably go on Google and find the map. It's an interesting map to see how the British only had a sliver and the rest of it was France.
Yeah. The old Midwest before it expanded. Francis.
That's fine. So you are willing to do whatever the Europeans tell you to do so you can stay under their belligerent anti-Semitism. Why did you leave? You could have left. You should have left. So don't make the argument that people who are in their land and who want to stay in their land, don't make the argument that they could have left. Okay? Because then people are going to say, hey, the Jews could have left too. And let's be honest, they didn't want you there. You should have left. The Christians didn't want anybody there.
All I said, he said that they all left. What happened? I just said those people that stayed just decided to stay, just like some Jews decided to stay in Europe. You know, that's it.
A lot of them decided to stay. And what do you know? Genocide.
Genocide.
So you're basically saying that you
surprise genocide.
You're saying that. Don't put
no. Your actions are saying that because the ones that did stay experienced genocide and ethnic cleansing, dummy. So you guys didn't stay.
Dummy.
Right? So congrats.
Projection says what?
It's a war, so they have to kill children. Have to kill elders.
Gotta abort the children. These were just late-term abortions.
Yakov, did you know that in the 40s we have actually a Jewish Polish cemetery in Iraq, believe it or not, and that happened during the 40s.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. I'm well aware of that.
Yeah. So some of them left. I mean,
very 1,000.
We welcome them. You know why? Because we don't have anti-Semitism in Persia at that time. There was even today. We always welcome Jews, even the Ashkenazi Jew during the.
I'm well aware of it. I know the history.
They wanted to stay, Soren.
Yeah. So I mean, the argument that you understand it, they can throw back the same argument to you, and so.
No, I'm just saying all I was disagreeing with was the statement, nothing more.
Right, and I'm just telling you, right, like the logical conclusion. I'm telling you where someone can take it legitimately. That's all I'm saying. And they wouldn't be wrong either. Okay, so we can go genocide for genocide because you guys justify your terrorist nation. So we'll go genocide for genocide. How about that?
Hello?
That will get anyone, anywhere.
Yakov, I'm Armenian. And the way that Turks deny a genocide, they say that it was a war. That's what was happening. That's why they massacred 70% of the Armenian population. That's why over 1.5 million Armenians were slaughtered, massacred, burnt in barns.
Well, aware of the Armenian genocide.
And I love the Armenians today because they actually said we don't need the Israeli regime.
We don't need it.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. I mean, they said, so your own politics, we don't care whether you could have accepted long time ago. I know you want to do it because you want to, be in a rivalry with Turkey. Love the Armenians. Good on.
It's pretty diabolical to use our cause as like a chipping, a bargain, like a bargain chip.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I was surprised when that was announced.
I mean, we got to be consistent with genocide. I remember Yakov 20 years ago. You know, Iran and Turkey got good relationship. Even in Iran, and Iran is a Muslim country. Turkey is a Muslim country too. In Iran, Armenians, which is also a big community there, they I think it's the 4th of April, if I'm 7th, sometime in April, I think it was the genocide of the Armenians. They come to the street and they protest again in front of the Turkish embassy. Because we recognized a long time ago about the genocide of Armenians. That we actually let them in. There was a big Armenian.
I have two Iranian friends that have Persian last names. Yeah, and you have an Armenian province.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big in Isfahan, like we welcome.
Yeah, no, I'm well aware of it.
I mean, the Israel, for the political reason, they had to wait till today. And I mean, people can see that. We're not dumb. We know why you decided to recognize that genocide. I mean, not you personally, I'm talking about people.
Hello.
It
is.
As it is. It's full of hypocrisy. This whole history. When we go down that path, there's stuff in there. I put the link in the chat, by the way.
I gotta go on.
You save it, and then you can get back to me later.
Yeah, good. Nice talking to you. I didn't mean to be rude. I just,
I'm just a rude, crazy bitch. That's all.
Yeah, tit for tat in game theory, everyone loses. So that's I have a problem with
it's your
genocide
opinion,
for
not mine.
genocide.
No, I do have a problem, but I'm not currently supporting.
Didn't she just try to apologize?
Committing that, so if I was, then the point stands. Because I disavow, I disagree with any human atrocity. I don't care I don't care if you're blue. I don't care if you believe in.
Do you believe in abortion?
I think humans have a right to life and freedom and safety and self-determination.
Damn, she believes in Israel.
We agree there completely. Is it the Palestinian Nexus? Is that the article?
The sizes are a lot more reasonable.
I'm saying this like I compared like the pasta. I was like, I got a pasta dish specifically to see the difference, and it was the same size as a pasta dish as I would get in the U.S. in this particular experiment that I did, and it was two totally different feelings.
It was the same size, because usually the pasta in Italy, a lot of people get upset over it because they don't understand. To them, it's a course in the meal and not the main course. So
depends on where do you go in Italy. If you go to a trattoria, it would be bigger. If you go to a Michelin
even in the trattoria, even the small ones, the fact that the tourists go there and order a dish of pasta as a main meal, a lot of them complain because it doesn't come in the sizes that they used in the West, because it's not the sizes that they get in Italy. So that it's part of the meal, not the meal. So if you're saying it wasn't the size, then I don't know.
It was a crazy experience because I was starving and we were staying. It's a crazy story. We were staying on this communist anarchist compound. So we were in. This is a crazy story. So we were in Rome, and the people who hired us to perform, they had a castle, a medieval castle, which was a community in Rome that they took over. The anarchists took it over in the 80s, early 80s. And they're a community, self-contained. They have their own electricity. They grow their own food, everything. So we couldn't stay. We couldn't stay at their compound because it was full. So they got us these hotels, but they would have us at the compound. We'd workshop, perform, whatever. And then we would go back to the hotel at night, and they would feed us from the food that they made on the compound. Anyway, the day that they fed us, they didn't give us that much food, and I didn't want to like bother them. So when we got back to the hotel, it was nighttime, and I'm like, fuck, I'm starving. Like, what do I do? So I just started walking in the street. I don't know where in Rome I was. It was dark, pitch dark. There was like prostitutes on the street. There was crazy people running around, but I didn't care. I had to find food. And I walked by this place that looked like a house. Then I found out it was really a restaurant. I went in. I'm telling you, Emeralds, they didn't understand a word I said. I didn't understand a word they said. And they said just...
was it cheap?
Yeah, it was cheap. And they told me to sit down, and they got me. All that I was able to tell them was that I want fish and pasta. And they said, okay, just sit down. And I sat down. And they hooked me up.
You were in a trattoria, Habibi. But trattorias, their portion are like half portion. They are not restaurant portion. Like, let's
it was
say,
like a house. I was like at Mama's house.
You ordered fish with pasta?
Nah, bro, it was amazing. It was amazing.
You almost never fail with a trattoria. But I've never been to one in Rome, but in Milan and in the north, there are some of the best food that I've ever had was in those places.
Yeah, that's because it was. I only eat halal, and they weren't halal. So I said they were pressing me to do some kind of protein. So I said just eat fish.
But isn't it like that everywhere you go, that the restaurants of the locals, the one that the locals go to will always be better than the commercial ones?
It was definitely some local shit. There was no tourists there.
It is, because trattorias, you would never find, not never, now a lot of people do that, but you would hardly find any tourist in a trattoria. Because it's literally it's the cheap local, and not even all locals go there because of their self-image in a society. Most of the people would go to a restaurant or a Michelin.
It was not fancy at all, and that's
exactly. Fancy. They've been there for generations.
No, but I like that. I like that.
Of course, those are the best foods. We used to, my husband and I, every time we travel, we will always walk around the city and look for those specific places. You will always get the best food when you go to these places.
Yeah, it was amazing experience.
Can I ask you like a little bit of a personal question? You don't have to answer if it.
You can try.
What's your husband's position in terms of everything that is happening? Are you guys like the same on this?
Yeah.
Does he serve?
I'm not going to continue talking about my family.
Okay.
If you want, I will privately tell you everything, but not in a
I'm just kidding. No, I don't really want to ask details, but you both are on the same page, so you have the same position when it comes to.
Which is exactly why I'm very careful.
Salam alaikum, General.
What the salam?
Edward's back.
Only General sitting in the room, bro? Like, what the hell is that?
That's
Can you smell the planning?
No, because I was in the room earlier, so I just thought my salam.
Okay, but his name wasn't in the room when you were here. Salam wasn't in the room.
Salam alaikum to the room.
No.
Nah, man, it's too late for the salam, bro. Too late.
Why do you say
Never too late for a salam.
Nah, of course. I understand, but.
So Amir's room, he's not paying attention, and he has a bunch of designers that are in there talking to themselves. Amir's room. He opened the room. I just went in there. I just got back on. And
whatever they do.
Telegram, I've just sent you a link to a Twitter.
Who?
He saw who?
That's this.
Oh, you sent me like in my back channels?
No, Telegram.
Let him stream, bro. He can suck my dick, to be honest with you. Let that go on his stream. Keep streaming, Kitover. Keep doing that. Who gives a fuck?
And, yeah. The title is interesting. But
how how about you share your vision with Palestine? I know Palestine might be a little bit, I don't know, sleepy or busy at this time of the day, but tell him what you think and see if he shares what he shares.
Me?
Yeah, remember earlier?
No, I'm done with that conversation.
لا عادي والله عادي. No, it's okay.
Don't worry, Edward. I will not fight you anymore. I give you my blessings, Habibi.
No, we talked about it.
At the end of the day, Edward, you're a Palestinian. It's not like you're from the outside.
Exactly.
I know. I'm sure. Yeah.
Habibi, as long as you love the resistance, I love you, and no problem.
He doesn't love the resistance. He doesn't.
Yeah. Oh, that's not true. Don't listen to him. That's not true.
No.
The resistance is some of the best of us.
Some of the best of us, they are the best of us. You see, you're not talking right now.
What do you mean? You can't say all. You can't say all. I hate this all thing.
I can say all. They are the very best of us.
Hey, Al.
Yeah,
what part of Palestine are you from?
I'm from West Bank, from Khalil.
Nice.
You don't have the accent, yeah.
No, I don't. It only comes when I'm pissed off. I don't know why.
Is it actually?
Like a Jamaican.
I swear to God.
Like a Jamaican.
Like when I'm very, very pissed off or stressed, you would see me talk in Arabic in a Khalili accent without even noticing. Like it's just in my genes that it wake up. But
yeah, don't do that because we kind of want to understand what you're saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. ماشي. And where are you from, Justice?
I'm from Gaza.
Have you lived there?
No, I haven't lived there. Actually, my family left in 1948. Well, some of them, not all of them.
الله إن شاء الله حبيبي.
We're from قضا غزة to be specific. يعني. Do you know what قضا غزة?
فلاحين يعني.
Yes.
والنعم يحكي.
والنعم فيك يا حبيبي.
يا الله إن شاء الله تسامح حبيبي. Our boys might get you back to Gaza when we kick the colonizers out.
إن شاء الله.
But Edward,
the colonizers, you mean the Arabs?
No. Palestine, I have to come to the phone to see who said that.
Before you mean the Arabs, right?
No.
The Arabs, man. The Arabs and the Muslims.
I mean the Europeans.
Cool. All right.
You know, like I'm very racist against Europeans, the whiteys.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah, like they are so white. They make me feel that they are not from the Homo sapiens. They are Neanderthals.
But they come from Judea, bro.
When they find it, they can go there.
Yeah, they lived there 3,000 years ago, and now they're just going back to the land. So
who was your president?
But all of
Who is my?
Did you have a king?
Yeah, I had a president. His name is Sinwar, and he started all of this nonsense that we are living in.
President. That of King David? King David?
Who, the king that nobody ever wrote anything about him historically except
King
about
David, man. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't read the Bible. I don't care about it. Like, I care about real history, Habibi.
These talking points, man, they're just so tiring, Edward. What do you think? Like, the more you listen, at first you're like, they're dumb, but then it gets to the point where, they're actually taking them seriously, and it hits you. They take them seriously and there's nothing behind these talking points. There's nothing behind them.
Yep.
Nothing at all.
Palestine, like when they tell you, oh, King David, you believe also in King David, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I believe in him and the Quran, Habibi. But the Quran.
But in the Quran, it says Bani Israel.
I have, yeah, Sayyid al-Aziz, Israel.
It does not say Bani Palestine. No.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
It says Bani Israel, right?
Yes.
In your book, Yisrael was the name of Jacob after he beat his God and broke his hip.
Yes. That's right.
Bani Israel is a
So,
tribe.
and that, no, it's not a tribe.
So yeah, in a way, it is the tribe. Israel is a prophet.
Yeah. And so I don't know. I don't know. My answer would be I don't know where your God got his ass kicked and his hip broken. When you find that place, you can go and live there. But it's surely not my land.
And there is no proof of the first Israelite kingdom. No archaeological proof.
The only their claims have nothing. There's no evidence to support their claims whatsoever. They're just making claims based on the religion.
The second kingdom, the Jewish kingdom, is smaller than the West Bank.
Edward,
It's a city-state. Huh?
Do you want to laugh real hard?
Go ahead.
Okay. So in the kings in the Bible that they mentioned that they all knelt to Solomon and David, we have artifacts mentioning them, mentioning the rules, their everything. Okay. The only two people that we don't have any artifacts that they literally existed are David and Solomon.
I thought there were a David, the house of David. Nothing.
No, the dude, it's a fake one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a fake one.
But this claim, either way, if it existed or didn't exist, doesn't matter. How many, little kingdoms existed in this region over thousands of years? And you pick one of them and say, well, the land belongs to the people that, are not even associated with this kingdom, but follow the same religion. So therefore, it belongs to. This is how you built an entire nation out of these talking points.
No, that's why I won't last. Imagine, they make him look like he ruled the whole earth. These kings of the great nations knelt for him. They used to fear him. Blah 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 blah. Any artifact about him? Never. Okay, so he's the king that no one has ever mentioned.
Exactly, and the later kingdom, Judea and Samaria, they're two different. But these were, one was near Jerusalem, Jerusalem and the hills, the surrounding hills area, maybe a little bit further down. And the other one, I don't know where the other one was, but somewhere else.
Edward, you know that there is many theories about the land of the Torah, right?
What? Like what?
Like one of them says that the land of the Torah and all the stories has happened in Ethiopia.
Yeah, I've heard.
And one of them says that it happened in the north of Saudi Arabia.
Yes, I've heard this too.
And one of them says that it happened in Yemen. And one of them says that it happened in Morocco. And one of them says that it happened. Is Mazi still in the room?
Mazi?
Yeah. I'm away from my phone. Okay. And one of them says that it has been on Zagros Mountain, which is in Iran.
You know what's funny? What's crazy? Back in over 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I read, because I like reading science fiction. the science fiction book I read took place in the Middle East. It was about some artifact that was found, whatever. I don't remember the whole book now, but part of the story talked about that Jerusalem, or the land of the Jews, was actually in Saudi Arabia, and it was this particular village area of Saudi Arabia, and I read the book and everything, and I went to check this village, and a couple of years previous, the Saudi government bulldozed the entire village and removed everybody from the village. I thought that was really strange.
What year was that?
Late 2000s, late 2000s, I want to say.
Like late 2000s, there were Jews in Saudi Arabia?
No. The book, it's science fiction. It wasn't real. But the book said that Jews, one of the biggest secrets was, Israeli secrets was that the homeland for the Jews is not Israel or Jerusalem. It was actually where David, the kingdom was in this area of Saudi Arabia. And after I read the book, I wanted to just know if the geography was right. If the author used real.
Well, I believe that at some point throughout his.
Well, but then when I went to look up the town or the village in Saudi Arabia where the author said the kingdom was, Saudi Arabia destroyed that village a couple of years before, like 2 years prior to when I read the book. I thought that was really, really creepy, really strange.
Maybe Saudis read the book and they were scared that Western colonizers.
I don't know. That would be a big coincidence. I was like, wait a minute, this is science fiction.
This book also promised me this house.
Isn't their expansion? Doesn't their expansion include parts of Saudi Arabia?
No, it does. It does include it till I think Khaybar.
I don't think their greater Israel is geographic. I think it's economic influence, control. I think.
Wallah, Habibi, control, overboard, whatever. We have to go to get every single white European out of my land.
Yeah.
Edward, when you were earlier talking about, that we need that the Palestinians have to demand a state and all that stuff. Like in my head, I'm like, bro, they're literally expanding in Lebanon. They just started in Syria, and we know what they have planned for Turkey and Egypt, and we also see how weak they're trying to make the Iranians in the region, so that they can be very comfortable in what they're doing. So from that point, how do you deal with them, bro? You can't deal with them.
You don't see awareness as a weapon. I see awareness as a weapon.
I'm with you on the awareness part, and we've seen what the awareness.
But part of that is demanding, a Palestinian state, demanding a pathway demanding these things, so that we're on the right side of history.
Sure.
But right now, we are on the right side of history.
We are morally, but I'm talking about for the world, for the audience. You're doing this also for the audience, not for you, not just for Palestinians. Yeah, you got to use everything. You got to use the global narrative. You want to use every tool at your disposal. Hamas even said there's a time for violent resistance and there's a time for diplomacy.
Okay.
You don't use just one tool.
Okay, I agree with you. But the thing is, I'm not a Netflix show for them. Like I want to increase the viewing rate. Like for me, I really do believe in what Nizar Banat said. I don't know. Do you know him?
No.
Do you know Nizar Banat?
No, sounds familiar.
Yeah, Nizar Banat.
No, who is he?
Nizar Banat is a Palestinian, let's say, thinker and he got martyred. The PLO killed him because he started to be very dangerous with what he's saying. Anyway, what he said is people don't respect the weakling. Like the world respects you when you're strong, when you're fighting, and that's why the world right now were respecting you. They did not love you and respect you because you were dying.
Yeah.
They respected you. They respected and loved you because there was the red triangle that became a fetish and an icon for everybody in the world. Like, yeah, these are the people that are getting back to these monsters. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, well, that's
as long as you're fighting and you can stand up your ground and fight, the world will be with you.
That red triangle, though, is exactly. I mean, is exactly my position. I mean, Hamas, my position and Hamas's position, I think, are very aligned.
Yeah.
Fight, and then meet your objectives, and then start making demands. And start using diplomacy. Fight, and then diplomacy.
Okay.
And they fought, and now they have to try diplomacy, and if that doesn't work, then we have to fight again.
Okay, that's what we all say, maybe. That you fight and then you do diplomacy to stable, to harvest what you have militarily. Okay.
Yeah.
But the problem is in the idea that you were talking about is that you will have to stop resisting. The world will tell you, oh, you want to listen? You want us to listen to you? Then you have to give up everything.
But you have to, like Hamas. I understand that if they are, working on diplomatic solutions, they are not fighting. That they would not. I mean, unless Israel is of course attacking them. But you don't fight when you're working on diplomacy. There's an agreement to stop fighting and to start talking, and you take advantage of that. See what you get out of it.
And did the world force Israel to do that?
The what?
Did the world force Israel to do that?
But Israel is also weakened itself by doing what it has done.
Okay.
So,
but my point is, you can't really depend on the world to be your backup, because they will never be your backup.
You can't live in a vacuum. The Palestinians have lived in this vacuum already. It hasn't worked. You can't live in a vacuum. You have to understand the world, understand what the world requires of you as a people.
Okay.
What would make them interested in you? And you have to build your brand around that, just like Hamas did. I mean, they attacked Israel and they came out looking like the heroes. And they are heroes to us, but I'm saying to the world, they're supposed to be terrorists, but they came out, they are the heroes. And why? Because they branded themselves as, so they understood that there's a war on the ground, but the war in cyberspace is just as important. They understood this going in.
Okay, we have no problem in this point, Habibi. The very point is, the world, the ones who are in power, they have, Habibi, investments. They will not sacrifice their investments for your sake. You don't have the millions, the trillions, and the connections and everything that the Zionists have to interest them. So the only people that you are being interested to are the people that have no value. Okay, they are a bunch of peasants, just like me and you. What? Who?
Well, I'm not following. You're talking about like the people that are pro-Palestinian now?
Yeah.
No, I think what he's
I think
is like the governments are very like their relationships when it comes to what's happening in Palestine includes investments that are worth trillions of dollars, and this could be and for example the European and how much they invest in Israel, or the trades that they have with Israel, and the biggest is military
Diamonds,
base.
golds.
Yeah, but
The diamond industry, the stock industry, everything.
Yeah, but that could change. That could change if all these countries shift from these deals with Israel and take it somewhere else.
No,
What happened in South Africa? What happened in South Africa?
You're getting me wrong, Justice Habibi. Justice, what I'm talking about is the private companies, the private agencies that control these industries are Zionists, Habib.
You mean outside of Israel?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are Zionists. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the Europeans, the Americans, they are not funding Israel because they are cute. No, because it's business to them. They have no business to you. You have no value, no market value.
That's not true. That's not true. I think we've proven that wrong, though. Haven't we proven that wrong over the last 3 years?
No.
I mean, we haven't. No. Is Israel now a pariah state?
No,
haven't countries reduced their trade with Israel?
Habibi, what you're saying is fact and true, but for normal people who doesn't have power, people that doesn't have trillions, people that doesn't have millions, normal people, just like me and you. Yeah, they go out in the streets, they cry, they blah, 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 and that's it.
And they vote.
Do you really believe in voting, for fuck's sake?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, voting does work.
Okay.
I mean, you live in a Western country, you know voting works.
No, that's why I know that it doesn't work.
It does work.
No, it doesn't.
You don't live in a dictatorship.
Okay, so the illusion of freedom is freedom.
Freedom isn't an illusion. It's what you make of freedom. That's where the illusion comes in.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. In Germany, then the normal German has the right to express himself in any way, and he can talk in anything.
Well, what's that got to do with freedom?
But there is no freedom. That's what he's pointing out.
Wait a sec.
I mean, your freedom sounds different than my freedom. I don't believe in people expressing themselves any way they want.
I didn't finish. I'm talking about what's the Western value and what's they say it's freedom, the freedom of speech and the freedom to express yourself. You can talk about Muhammad however you want. You can talk about burn the Quran however you want. No problem. It's freedom of speech, freedom of religion, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, the same government that is voted, quote unquote, wink, wink, by the people, and so that the German people are going in rallies for Palestine. They went out, they beat the shit out of them, and they fucked them over, and they oppressed them just like a dictator.
I don't think it's that bad. I mean, I know they're going after Palestinians, but they say that we haven't made progress in the last 3 years, and
no, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, Habibi, that we have made progress on the normal human. On the normal being, the one that got his head brainwashed from the news, and we fixed that. Good. No, it's a great accomplishment. You know, like Israel has paid trillions of dollars to advertise for some bullshit, and we have destroyed it. Like, imagine you have destroyed the worth of trillions of dollars.
But we should use that to our advantage.
You use it by continuing to fight.
Continuing to what?
To fight. Fight.
You can't call the resistance the best of us, but throw them away as if they were the worst of us.
No, I'm not saying throwing them away. That's why I.
When it's time to fight, this is a very important decision. It's not. You know.
And that's why when I started the whole discussion, and you told me, "What's your plan?" I told you, my plan is let the resistance stop. They know the best. You told me, no, that's not a plan. I told you, this is not plan.
No.
They know what they are doing, and the only solution is to fight.
No, it's not. That's not what the resistance solution is. It's to remove the occupation off of the Palestinian people.
And how do they do that? And how do they do that? By fighting.
No, they do it by other means too. Really? It's not just fighting.
Well, what is
Edward, do you talk Arabic? Maybe it's easier for me to deliver the idea.
No, English is better.
Okay.
I know what you're saying. Hi, Lula.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me say hi to Lula.
Good evening, gentlemen and general. Hope you're all well.
Got it.
Hope you're doing all right, everyone. I'm listening, but also watching France versus Paraguay, as I'm sure Justice is too.
I hope Paraguay wins.
Me too. That's exactly what I'm just going, miss France, miss. Anyway,
It's okay.
Yeah. So, Habibi Edward, okay. We agree that we have to fight. We agree that we need the
We agree that there is a time to fight. There's also a time not to fight.
Exactly, which is after you fought to cement what you have accomplished through the fight.
Did you ask Edward earlier if he speaks Arabic?
Yeah.
And he said no. That
a little bit. Yeah.
Why? What?
Yeah.
What?
Move on, Justice. Move on. هاي مشكلة العرب اللي بروحوا يعيشوا في أمريكا.
بالضبط. يعني.
You understood that one, Edward?
No, but I'm about to kick you out.
Like Justice imagine.